Another Monday and another JoeLumb album review. I am JoeLumb. Here's a quick channel update. Before I begin, yesterday I started up a new album rankings episode, and it's a redo of one half of a double feature I did 6 months ago. Anyway, feel free to check that video out as well as my album review playlist. The link to that will pop up at the start of this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, smash the like button, and click on the notification bell. When you see a new video, you can just check it out yourself. The topic of this week's album review is Warrant's fourth record, ULTRAPHOBIC. This is the first album from Warrant I have ever reviewed. In a year and a half I began doing these reviews. I tried to find research on this record online, but the only thing I could find was an article on Warrant's ULTRAPHOBIC from NoEcho.net writer Carlos Ramirez. It's a damn shame that Jani Lane, the late great Warrant lead singer, is known for was writing one of the band's biggest hits, Cherry Pie. According to Lane himself, he initially wanted to call Warrant's second record Uncle Tom's Cabin. However, management from Columbia Records, a label that they were signed to at the time, pressured him into writing something more commercial. So he wrote Cherry Pie thinking it would be a throwaway song. Next thing you know, the whole album is called Cherry Pie, and the song overshadowed a lot of his other material. He said in an interview back in the late 90s he wanted to shoot himself in the fucking head for writing that song. Despite his disdain, the song Cherry Pie became the singer's best known song. Then came Dog Eat Dog in 1992. While the album failed to reach platinum status a la their first two records, it managed to go gold and was in the top 25 on the Billboard 200. Then Columbia Records soon dropped the band from their label, after the rise of grunge and alternative rock. That led to Jani Lane leaving Warrant for a little bit to pursue a solo career. Then lead guitarist Joey Allen and drummer Stephen Sweet left the band, and they were soon replaced by Kingdom Come members Rick Steyer and James Kotak, future Scorpions drummer, by the way. Jani Lane had returned to the band as they signed with CMC International Records in September of 1994, and then the band began creating what would become ULTRAPHOBIC in November of that year, in two different Los Angeles studios, One on One and The Complex. Many of the album's lyrics were inspired by Jani's divorce from Bobby Brown, the video model who appeared in the Cherry Pie music video. Taking a look at the track listing here, Undertow, written by Jani Lane and Rick Steyer, clocks in at 312. Follow, written by Bo Hill, Jani Lane, and Jerry Dixon, clocks in at 341. Family Picnic, written by Jani Lane, Jerry Dixon, James Kotak, and Bo Hill, clocks in at 443. Sum of One, written by Jani Lane, clocks in at 337. Chameleon, written by Jani Lane and Jerry Dixon and Rick Steyer, clocks in at 523. Crawl Space, written by Jani Lane and Rick Steyer, clocks in at 238. Live Inside of You, written by Eric Turner, James Kotak, Jani Lane, and Rick Steyer, clocks in at 317. Hi, written by Jani Lane, Mr. Tanner, and Rick Steyer, clocks in at 402. Ride Number 2, clocks in at 507, written by Eric, Jani, and Jerry. ULTRAPHOBIC, which is the title track, written by James Kotak, Jani Lane, and Rick Steyer, clocks in at 325. And Stronger Now, written by Jani Lane, clocks in at 357. ULTRAPHOBIC was released on March 7th, 1995, through CMC International Records. The album was produced by Bo Hill, the same man that produced Warrant's earlier material, Dirty Rotten Filthy Stinkin' Rich and Cherry Pie. It failed to chart in the US, but made it to the top 10 on the UK rock and metal charts. This saw Warrant's experiment into more of the grunge sound, which was a natural progression from Dog Eat Dog. Ironically, this album contributed to the band's commercial demise. I give this album an overall rating of 4 out of 10. I had not listened to any songs off of ULTRAPHOBIC until 2019. The song Family Picnic has a strong message about family and domestic violence, and Stronger Now ended up becoming Jani Lane's best song because it was therapeutic to him. You gotta remember though, Jani Lane was going through a tumultuous time in his life, despite the fact that he was divorced from Bobby Brown, the video model that appeared in the Cherry Pie video. And of course, he was going through some alcoholism and some other personal shit he was going through at the time. But Family Picnic and Stronger Now are the two songs on this album that stood out for me. As far as songs like Undertow and Follow, their attempt to mix pop metal with alternative stylings of bands like Alice in Chains and Soundgarden were a complete fail. I can appreciate their attempt to adapt to the musical change, but to the many fans that followed them in their early years knew, they fucking hated it. This has been JoeLumb's album review.